Chapter 7, Section 1, from Children Educate Themselves, Lessons from Sudbury Valley by Peter Gray. Peter Gray, research professor at Boston College, is the author of Psychology, a college textbook. He completed his undergraduate study at Columbia University and has earned his doctoral degree at Rockefeller University. He is the president of the nonprofit Alliance for Self-Directed Education. Gray's areas of specialization are at children's natural ways of learning and the value of play in lifelong learning. Key context. Gray composed the following blog post for Psychology Today as an argument for the value of the philosophy of the Sudbury Valley School. Located in Framingham, Massachusetts, for nearly 50 years, the school is an alternative to more institutionalized schooling. Its founding principle is children educate themselves. We don't have to do it for them. For many years, I've had the opportunity to observe the Sudbury Valley School, both as the father of a student who went there and as an academician using the school as a resource to study play and self-directed learning. Here I'll tell you a little about the school. First, a few mundane facts. The school was founded 40 years ago and has been in continuous operation since then. It is a private day school in Framingham, Massachusetts, open to students ages 4 on through high school age. The school is not in any sense elitist. It admits students without regard to any measures of academic performance, and it operates as a per pupil cost that is about half that of the surrounding public schools. The school currently has about 200 students and 10 adult staff members. It houses a Victorian mansion. It is housed in a Victorian mansion and a remodeled barn, which sit on 10 acres of land in a part of town that was largely rural when the school began operating. Now, the more remarkable facts concerning the school's mode of operation. The school operates as a participatory democracy. The Sudbury Valley School is first and foremost a community in which children and adolescents experience directly the privileges and responsibilities of the democratic government. The primary administrative body is the school meeting, which consists of all students and staff members. In one person vote fashion, the school meeting, which meets once a week, creates all the school's rules, makes the decisions about school purchases, establishes committees, and oversees the school's day-to-day operation, and hires and fires staff members. 4-year-olds at the school have the same vote as do older students and adult staff members in all of this. No staff member at the school have tenure. All are on 1-year contracts, which must be renewed each year through a secret ballot election. As the student voters outnumber the staff by a factor of 20 to 1, the staff who survive this process are reelected year after year, and those who are admired by students. They are people who are kind, ethical, and competent, and who contribute significantly and positively to the school's environment. They are adults that the students may wish in some ways to emulate. The school's rules are enforced by a judicial committee, which changes regularly in membership, but always includes a staff member and student representing the full range of ages at the school. When a student or staff member is charged by another school member with violating a rule, the accuser and the accused must appear before the judicial committee, which determines innocence or guilt, and in the later cases, decides on an appropriate sentence. In all of this, staff members are treated in the same way as students. Nobody is above the law. None of the school's rules have to do with learning. The school gives no tests. It does not evaluate or grade students' progress. There is no curriculum and no attempt to motivate students to learn. Courses occur only when students take the initiative to organize them, and they last only as long as the students want them. Many students in the school never join a course, and the school sees no problem with that. The staff members at the school do not consider themselves to be teachers. They are instead a wide variety of services, provide a wide variety of services, including some teaching. Most of their teaching is of the same variety that can be found in any human setting. It involves answering sincere questions and presenting ideas in the context of real conversations. There is a footnote at the bottom here that says, there is one exception to the statement that the school does not evaluate students. Students who wish to graduate with a high school diploma must prepare a written thesis defending the statement that they have provided themselves for responsible adult life. That thesis is defended orally and evaluated by a panel of adults who are staff members at the Sudbury Model Schools. The school is a rich environment for play and exploration, and therefore for learning. Learning at Sudbury Valley is largely incidental. It occurs as a side effect of students' self-directed play and exploration. The school is a wonderful place to play and explore. It provides space and time for such activities. It also provides equipment, including computers, a fully equipped kitchen, a woodworking shop, an art room, playroom equipment, toys and games of various sorts, and many books. Students also have access to a pond, a field, and a nearby forest for outdoor play and exploration. Those who develop a special interest which needs some new piece of equipment might convince the school meeting to buy it. Or they might raise the money and buy it themselves by some means, such as selling cookies at the school. The most important resource at the school for the students is other students, who among them manifest an enormous range of interests and abilities. Because of the free age mixing of the school, students are exposed regularly to the activities and ideas of others who are older and younger than themselves. Age mixed plays offers younger children continuous opportunities to learn from older ones. For example, many students at the school have learned to read as a side effect of playing games that involve written words, including computer games, with students who already know how to read. They learn to read without even being aware that they are doing so. Much of the students' exploration at the school, especially that of the adolescents, takes place through conversations. Students talk about everything imaginable with each other and with staff members, and through such talk, they are exposed to a huge range of ideas and arguments. Because nobody is an official authority, everything that is said or heard in conversation is understood as something to think about, not as a dogma or memorize or feedback on a test. Conversations, unlike memorizing material for a test, stimulates the intellect. The great Russian philosophist Lev Vygotsky argued long ago that conversation is the foundation for higher thought, and my observations of students at Sudbury Valley convinced me that he was right. Thought is internalized conversation. External conversation with other people gets it started. Hundreds of graduates attest to the school's educational effectiveness. My own first study of the Sudbury Valley School many years ago was a follow-up study of the graduates. Since that time, the school itself has conducted several studies of graduates, which have been published as books. All of those studies have shown that the school works well as an educational institution. Graduates of Sudbury Valley can be found today in the whole range of careers that are valued by our society. They are skilled craftsmen, entrepreneurs, artists, musicians, scientists, social workers, nurses, doctors, and so on. Those who choose to pursue higher education had no particular difficulties getting into college and universities, including highly selective ones, or performing well on their once they were admitted. Many others have become successful in careers without going to college. More important, former students report that they are happy with their lives. They are almost unanimous in reporting that they are glad that they attended Sudbury Valley and in believing that the school prepared them better than traditional schools would have for the reality of adult existence. To a considerable degree, they maintain in adulthood the playful, and that means focus and intense as well as joyful attitude to careers and life that develop and refine while at the school. Topics for composing, question 2 and 3. Question number 2, argument. Is the Sudbury Valley School a utopian experiment that works only on a small group of students, or is it a concept that could be implemented on a large scale, on a larger scale in public schools in the United States? Explain your position and support it with evidence from the article itself as well as your own experience and knowledge. Question number 3, connection. Identify one characteristic or practice of the Sudbury Valley School that you believe could be implemented in your school setting to improve the learning environment. Acknowledge obstacles that might be encountered and explain why you believe the change would nevertheless be beneficial.